The time has come. It is time for the New York Knicks to move on from RJ Barrett. It's time. It's absolutely time. This Knicks team will never be serious as long as RJ Barrett is a part of this team, and especially in the starting lineup. I know he played good on Christmas Day, but he was awful on defense, and I hope everybody can understand that. But once again, one game after being good on offense, he plays like one of the worst players in the NBA. And these stats right here have makeup on them. He hit a three as the game was over late, and he hit a layup as the game was over late. So that's 5 points. 14 minus 5 is 9, and that means he was 3 of 12. 9 points, 3 of 12. But that's not the worst part. We know he's not a good defensive player, but he let Jalen Williams grab him by the hand and walk him to school like he is his puppy, like he is his papa, like he is his dada. Because Jalen Williams just showed that he is already a 10 times better basketball player than RJ Barrett. 36 points, 3 assists, 76.5%. How many games of basketball would RJ Barrett have to play for him to shoot 17 shots and shoot 77%? It doesn't even show that RJ Barrett had 5 turnovers. But I want to go back to the fourth quarter. With the 4 minutes left, the Knicks were, I believe, down 6 or 7 points. RJ Barrett, of course, was not in the game. And I have to relax. Immanuel Quickley was absolutely on fire. He did not miss a single shot in the second half. He was the main reason the Knicks were back in the game in that second half. And you know what Tom Thibodeau did when the game was in striking distance and Immanuel Quickley was picking you up on your back? He said, RJ, you're in. And you know what RJ did when he was immediately subbed into the game? Knicks had the ball side out of bounds on the baseline. He was the inbounder. He was the inbounder. And he threw it away. It was a turnover. And then he allowed a 3 to Jalen Williams. And then SGA hit him with a step-back 3. And then Jalen Williams drove to the cup and he fouled him. There was 4 straight negative losing plays from RJ Barrett. There is no justification in the world that Tom Thibodeau could have to say RJ Barrett earned or deserved the right to be in the game over Immanuel Quickley. But it wasn't just Immanuel Quickley that he shouldn't have been in the game for. Dante DiVincenzo was having a big game. 17 points for Cenzo. 60% from the field. 56% from 3. And you know what the Knicks needed down the stretch? They needed stops. So you know what Tibbs said? I'm going to put RJ Barrett in for stops. While Quentin Grimes watched, who had a pretty good game, I would say. While Josh Hart watched, well, I would say he had a pretty good game and you could feel his impact. Jalen Williams is already 5 to 10 times the better basketball player than RJ Barrett. If I'm Tom Thibodeau, I look in the mirror tonight and I say this: I'm an idiot, I'm an idiot, and I'm an idiot. Because what you did by benching Immanuel Quickley to put in RJ Barrett down the stretch makes you an idiot. Listen to these stats right here. I had them pulled up just a second ago. Immanuel Quickley, 22 points. He was +2 despite playing heavy minutes alongside Taj Gibson at the center in 24 minutes. RJ Barrett was -9. RJ has logged 100+ more minutes than IQ over the last month. Make it make sense. If I'm Immanuel Quickley, I'm demanding a trade. If I was Immanuel Quickley, I would demand a trade because it is not fair how the Knicks continue to mismanage this situation. It is an absolute joke. What should the Knicks do with RJ Barrett? Talk me off the ledge. Help me out. Because what I've seen from RJ Barrett over the last month is the worst player in the NBA on high usage. Let's look at this. Let's go to Basketball Reference. Let's go to game logs. And not even counting tonight. Let's go from tonight going back to when he came back from his migraines. Not even counting tonight's game that would absolutely shred his percentages. RJ Barrett in his last outside of tonight, RJ Barrett in his last 17 games is averaging 16 points per game on 39% from the field. But wait, it gets better. 26% from downtown on 5 threes a night. Hey, but he's shooting 85% from the free throw line. He's so good. He is so good. The dude averages 2 assist seeps in his last 17 games and 1.5 turnovers. It's not even a 2-to-1 turnover. Get him off my basketball team. The Knicks are never going to be anything with RJ Barrett, so it's time. He is legitimately on the worst contract in the NBA. This is year 1 of a 4-year, $107 million deal. RJ Barrett is the worst contract in the NBA. We'll go through the rest of the stats of today's game. SGA dominated. We'll break that down. But first, I got to give a huge shout out to today's sponsor, Prize Picks. Go to prizepicks.com/CLNS. Use that promo code CLNS, and Prize Picks will match your initial deposit up to $100. Put $100 in your account, they'll match it for $100. Prize Picks is daily fantasy sports made easy. NFL, NBA, college football, college basketball, and so much more. It's daily fantasy sports made easy. All you do is create a lineup of 2 to 6 players, and you simply choose more or less on their stat sheet. Tonight, one of my picks was RJ Barrett less than 17 points. It was a lock. He didn't score 17 points. He got lit up for 40 by Jalen Williams. They passed this man around. Jalen Williams, your turn. SGA, your turn. This team's a joke with RJ Barrett on it. He has to go. Get hooked up with Prize Picks. PrizePicks.com/CLNS. PrizePicks.com/CLNS. I see my guy, I am Jules, in the chat right now, pretty much saying I'm almost on the addition by subtraction with RJ Barrett. It is. There's 3 simple keys to basketball: defense, playmaking, shot making, and I'll give you a 4th: rebounding. RJ Barrett, below average to awful defender. RJ Barrett, below average to awful playmaker. RJ Barrett, below average to awful shot maker. RJ Barrett, below average rebounder. Is he the main reason you lost? Yes. Is he the only reason you lost? No. You let Shai Gilgeous-Alexander go for 36 points, 7 rebounds, and 8 assists. It's just time. It's just time. The Knicks got dominated by the Thunder for the most part of the game. They were playing catch-up for most of that ball game. I mean, you let a guy like SGA go for 36 points, 7 rebounds, 8 assists. Chet Holmgren goes for 22 points, 5 rebounds. Jalen Williams. You got beat by 3 players. You got beat by 3 players. 36 for SGA, 22 for Chet, 36 for Jalen Williams. And this isn't to say that that shouldn't happen. Look, the Thunder are one of the best teams in the NBA for a reason. But this game was for the taking. This game was for the taking. I don't know if I said it already, but RJ Barrett had 5 turnovers as well. The Knicks lost the turnover battle 18-4. RJ Barrett had more turnovers than the entire Oklahoma City team. If he wasn't making $23 million, I believe that he should be getting DNPs. Because why should he play over Immanuel Quickley? Why should he play over Josh Hart? Why should he play over Dante DiVincenzo? Why should he play over Quentin Grimes? I may say this, and I don't know if I mean this, but I'm going to say it. I would rather watch Deuce McBride play basketball than RJ Barrett. Deuce McBride would have more of a winning impact than RJ Barrett. I'm over it. I'm over it. I'm tired of watching him play basketball. I'm tired of watching him wear this Knicks uniform. Because he doesn't wear it with pride. He doesn't try on defense. He was a traffic cone for SGA. They passed him around the room and said, you get a turn. Your turn. I'm done. Your turn. No. Let me get some more of them. Bring him back in here. As soon as the Knicks move on from RJ Barrett via trade or to the bench, we could start talking about them being a serious basketball team. But until then, they won't be. And last thing, Tom Thibodeau, you should be embarrassed for what you did tonight. You should be embarrassed. I've never said you should be fired. I don't think you should be fired. But what you did tonight, that's a fireable offense.